Hello and welcome to a very special episode of What Do You Call It podcast. I'm your host, GB. Definitely not re-recording this intro. Please welcome today's guest, a ring crew member, pro wrestler, and Macaulay Culkin. As you can see there, I'm gonna fully explain the background and the Macaulay Culkin reference in the introduction, but please let me welcome Jasmine to the podcast. Jasmine, how you doing today? You all good?
I'm well, yeah, I'm very well. I'm nice and awake, feeling surprisingly alert for 24 past 8 in the evening. Yeah, good. How are you?
Nice, not bad at all. A little bit tired, just shoot job. But when I do the podcast, it sort of gives me just a bit of energy, so it's not too
Mm.
bad. But once I've finished recording, I probably will go to bed because I'm getting old myself. So I'm not going to reveal age, but if you've watched previous podcasts, you can kind of guess my age bracket. But we're not going to talk about my age. What we are going to talk about is how you got into wrestling, your wrestling career, Emporium Pro Wrestling, Home Alone references, your future, your neck braces. You are the subject. So, first of all, I did get a question, and it was from Will Dunn underscore Ash on Instagram. Wants to know what got you into wrestling.
Um, so about just over a year ago, um, I was looking for something kind of crazy to do. I'd just come out of a long-term relationship and was like, okay, normally I watched all the films. People tell me I either need to like cut my hair, move country, change my name, get a tattoo. I've got to do something crazy.
Yeah.
So that was in the back of my mind. At the same time, wrestling had been kind of coming into my worldview in a way it never had before. Like I never watched it as a kid. I had heard of WWE, but that was about it. I literally couldn't tell you anything about the world of wrestling. And then a few months before this, I kept just seeing like posters for wrestling shows and like films about wrestling, and all these things were just coming into my sort of world in a way that they never had before. And I'm not massively spiritual, but it was really like, okay, there's a sign that something's telling me I need to at least see a
Purpose to
wrestling
this. Yeah.
show. And then my sister was visiting me, and I was looking for something to do, and I said to her, "Oh, I've seen there's a wrestling show happening on this Sunday. Do you want to go and see it?" And she said, "I don't know, that sounds a bit weird, but sure, whatever." And so me, my sister, and my best mate went to this show, and like 10 seconds in, I was hooked. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. I did a lot of theatre growing up, so I was like, it's pantomime
Yeah.
on drugs with extra violence. This is the dream. This is
Yeah.
something I need to be a part of. And I left that show, and on the way home was sort of Googling wrestling training near me. How do I be a wrestler? What do I like? I had no idea how you got into this kind of thing. Um, and it just so happened that that was the first result when I was Googling wrestling school near me was Burridge Fight Design with Greg. And it took me a few months to sort of build up the courage to actually go to a session. And I checked actually a year ago today was my very first training session.
Oh, congrats. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, and then I've just kind of been hooked since then. And it's just grown. And I think my knowledge of wrestling is still, compared to some people, very, very limited. And people are sort of referencing old matches and sort of all these people. And sometimes I know who they're talking about, sometimes I don't. Um, but yeah, it's sort of grown. And as I've learned more about it through training, I've also come to get so much more appreciation when I do watch matches and I do watch shows. So it's sort of grown from there, and it's yeah, a year today is still growing.
Such a cool story. It's very different to the standard story. As I watched it as a kid, watched it with my brother. We watched
Yeah.
each other, and then we start going to shows. And then he grew out of it. I still loved it, and then I started training at a young age. And I love this story. It's because you didn't quite grow up as a wrestling fan, but it's
No,
still
no.
found a way to enter your life, and now it's consumed your life. When
Yeah.
you did start the training at Burridge Fight Design, because I know not necessarily wrestlers, but how some wrestling fans can be to outsiders and people
Mhm.
that aren't really long-term wrestling fans. Unfortunately, they do exist. And if you feel like this is a dig at you, you're the snob. But tell me about if when you told people, oh, I don't really like it. Not necessarily I don't like it, but oh, okay, I'm kind of new to it, so I
Mhm.
don't really know about, Undertaker versus Mick Foley, just the old school wrestling. Did people kind of be like, oh, okay, whatever, or be like, okay, let me show you. Here's a list. Watch all this.
I mean, it's one of the things I was really nervous about, to be honest, was kind of coming into this space, and not feeling like I'd done the homework.
Yeah,
And sort of, yeah, it was a big worry that people would be really snobby, like you say, and judgmental, and be like, "Oh, you don't know what John Cena did in like whatever." Like, yeah, I couldn't even give you an example. That's how bad I am at talking about this sometimes. But I really found the opposite to be true. I think the main reason that I fell in love with training specifically so quickly is the people and the atmosphere and how welcoming everyone
yeah,
was, and how sort of ready to meet you wherever you're at. The whole, not only Greg Burridge himself, but just everyone who attends the school. Everyone is at different stages. Everyone's got different levels of experience, and I mean, sometimes they still roll their eyes when they sort of try and make a reference, and then they know, oh wait, no, you don't know what I'm talking about. Um, but they are also just so excited to share this world with
mm.
you, and yeah, just bring you along, and yeah, like I say, meet you where you're at and just go from there.
I can 100% relate in terms of sort of this current relationship I'm in at the moment. And I took the first show in Emporium Pro Wrestling, and just seeing her eyes because she'd never been to a wrestling show before,
Hmm.
hasn't really paid attention to it really, but just seeing her eyes to this is my world, and
Yeah.
just that reaction, seeing her really take it in and understand it. So I can get it for you to develop this love. But I do find it funny, sort of, if people are throwing references at you, might be like, don't really get that one. Sorry, I didn't watch it in 90s or 80s or whatever. But it's
Yeah.
quite funny though. But they can also see that you're determined, that you do want to do this and take it
Hmm.
seriously. And, and the fact that Burridge's Fight Design has produced a lot of good talent, has a great reputation, and we will touch on Emporium Pro Wrestling in a bit. But tell me about the best advice that you've received as a trainee from maybe Greg or one of your trainers, other trainers, or even a trainee, someone that you do have trained with, giving you a bit of knowledge, being like, oh shit, that's really good. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I think to be honest, the best thing that I've taken is less a specific piece of advice. It's more the kind of constant trust and faith that other people put in you, and the constant support and the constant belief that you can do something that maybe you don't think you can do. I mean, I remember back in February when I was still very, very fresh. Because I did my first training session in December, but then I was quite ill, and so I didn't sort of officially start training regularly until January this year.
Yeah,
And in February, loads of the BFD guys made their debut at a UKPW show in Falconwood. And I went along to help crew and just kind of be there. And at the end of the day, like, I'd worked really hard, but obviously I wasn't on the show. I was just crewing. And I was just happy to be there. And at one point, Greg just turned to me and went, "You're amazing, you are. Do you know that? Do you know you're amazing?"
yeah.
And he's always doing stuff like that. And I think he, he can also tell you when you're being shit, and he can be
I've
quite
heard
harsh
this.
sometimes.
A bit of
But
tough love, yeah.
yeah, exactly. But it always comes from a place of knowing what you could be.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
he wouldn't say that to you if he didn't think you could take it. Like, he's only giving you shit or criticizing you because he knows you should be able to do it better, or you can do it better. And I think like I'm not very confident in a lot of things, wrestling related, and I've never been athletic or anything like that. So it's all there's a lot of kind of self-doubt that happens all the time. And to have someone just be constantly, and not just Greg, like the whole guy, like gang, everyone who trains, um, is just so supportive of each other. And they're always, yeah, we'll just believe in you and celebrate when I do something tiny that, they could do with their eyes closed. They'll lose their minds when I do it the first time because they know how big it can be to just do those things for the first time. And I
Yeah,
think that's been the greatest thing for me.
I do see like sort of this roster, this talent that is related and associated with Burridge Fight Design. You all support each other on social media. You
Yeah,
all want each other to do well. You all like each other's stuff and comment each other. Sometimes quite fun exchanges. Even like Tommy Tanner recently, being progress. Everyone's just been very supportive towards him, and you all just root for each other. And I really, really
yeah,
like
that
that. And
was
that's
amazing.
shout out to Tommy for that achievement. That's awesome. Hello there. I've got a special announcement for my next guest.
Hey, it is your boy, it is your second warrior, it is Craig Ryan, and I am going to be appearing on the What You Call It podcast. So check it out, and I will see you there. Are you messing? Hey!
Yeah, I heard. But what I do want to ask you, Jasmine, is we were just talking about this bond that you created with, your trainees and your friends and your coaches at Burridge Fight Design. And speaking to Craig Ryan, shout out to him and his crew, and seeing the shows that have been put on at Genesis Cinema, Emporium Pro Wrestling, big advocate for it. Really, really am happy so far with their success and the last two shows they've put on. You started off as a ring crew member, and that was my introduction to you, seeing you at the show. And unfortunately, you got taken out, and you was attacked by Tyler Walker. Unfortunately, I have to say shout out to Tyler Walker, friend of the show.
Oh
I
no,
know, I'm sorry. Um,
enemy of the show, enemy
but
of the show.
you did get revenge on him by delivering a stunner at the end of the show with a neck brace on, and the reaction was huge. It's on YouTube. Give it a watch. Honestly, it's 100% worth it. But Jasmine, tell me about Emporium Pro Wrestling's debut show at Genesis Cinema earlier this year, and we'll talk about the future shows and other things that you've been involved a part of Emporium.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was I think when they first told us about it earlier this year, right from the start, it's been a proper like family affair. They wanted everyone to be involved on as many levels as possible. And there's so much work that happens behind the scenes that Craig and Sloppy Seconds, Robin, does. They do so much work, and so do so many other people that, yeah, you don't see in the ring. And I think it being a kind of homegrown promotion means that you get to learn as well about everything that goes into it. And for me, that's also massive. Like that's why I genuinely love crewing. I think it's so important. I think Amira was on a podcast saying that to be anywhere in wrestling, you have to be married to it. You have to be committed to doing every single like job that you could possibly have. And that's really like, I love being a wrestler and I love wrestling and I love performing, but I also love crewing. I love like running people's clothes. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be
Yeah,
involved. And I think that stems from the fact that it is such a community experience for me, and it is about um there being a sort of family behind the scenes, but also in the audience as well. Like we're doing it for each other, but we're also doing it for the audience. And I think it's, yeah, the sort of whole ethos of Emporium is you can be anyone and you can walk in off the street and you will have an amazing night. And it doesn't matter if you've seen 100 wrestling shows before or you've seen none,
mm,
chances are you're going to love it and you're going to find at least one thing to come away with and be like, you know what, this was money well spent. I've had a great time. Whether it's, you will see some amazing wrestling, but you'll also see some great stories. You'll see some ridiculous things, and then there's the after party afterwards. So if you just want to come for a night out, we've also got that. Like, we're trying to hit as many people and just have a really fun night with it. And then in terms of my sort of specific involvement, I was just really keen to get involved in the show however I could. So I was doing the tech for the first show from the side of the ring, which was really, really fun. It meant I got like best seat in the house. It was also quite stressful because we're using the cinema screen, which is massive. So if I made any mistakes on the tech, everyone's seeing it. But I don't think I did too badly. I think I did all right.
I didn't notice any fuck ups then, so
No.
you're good.
Okay, I'll take it. There were a couple, but I'm glad you didn't see. And then I also helped make loads of the structures for the kaiju battle that we did. So we made these big cardboard buildings of London. So I made Big Ben. I was really proud of that. And then I think he got used to spear someone, or something happened to him and he died a death. But it was a worthy sacrifice, I think.
I'll have that song still occasionally stuck in my head. The song used in the match, and then I think it was used in the story for the match as well. I'm like, finally, I know what it is now. Sorry, I forgot to squeeze that in. But you got to tell me, like, literally from doing the technical stuff to actually getting involved in the main event.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously I was just doing my job, trying to clean the ring, trying to get it ready for the next match. And then Tyler Walker is just a sore loser and couldn't take the fact that he got beat and decided to take it out on me, of all people. So yeah, he beat me up pretty badly. I was not prepared, and I got pretty badly hurt, so I had to put my neck brace on in the interval. And I did, to bandage my arm up a little bit as well. And then at the very end of the show, he was mouthing off again, as usual, as he loves to do. And I just thought, you know what, I can't take this anymore. Someone's got to
get
show
away
him.
with it on the debut show of Emporium. Do you know what?
Exactly.
Fuck him and fuck Peckham. I'm joking, Tyler. Joking.
I'm not. Anything south of the river, dead to me. So yeah, I had to show him who's boss, and I think he ran away pretty quickly. So
back to Peckham.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've got to see the match though, haven't we?
Mm.
You may be the underdog going into the match, but who doesn't love an underdog?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready when he's ready.
Wicked. So those watching this on YouTube will notice the background, but didn't realize the background's actually having an impact. I'm disappearing, going all fucking Matrix, but I will actually explain why it's the background and then probably change it because it's probably been a bit distracting. So JASMIN was also involved in the second show of Emporium Pro Wrestling as a talent and actually appeared more than once. So I'm going to talk about the Emporium's Magical Movie Mayhem match. What a title. Brilliant. Loved it. What made you pick Kevin McAllister from Home Alone?
I think he just has amazing energy, and I love causing chaos, and I love ruining people's plans, especially when they're bad guys. And yeah, I think also I did the sort of the pose, and apparently I look a bit like him now that I've cut all my hair off. So I think it just seemed like a perfect fit, and it meant that I just got to have a lot of fun and set a lot of traps and cause as much chaos as I possibly could.
Traps in the
match.
Ring by the ropes. Was it like the tin foil or kitchen foil or something? And
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, so I wound cling film between the ropes.
That was it.
One of the robbers tried to dive at me, hit the cling film, bounced off. I got away scot-free.
And you had like a Jaws in there, and a
Yeah, I also
Terminator,
did.
and a milk carton. You had Margaret Thatcher. You had
Yeah.
the robbers, Harry and Marv. Maybe one or two more, so I might be missing, but I just remember the match and then it's like Home Alone. I was like, what the fuck? This is so random, but I loved it at the same time. And like the fans were kind of like waiting now. Oh, what's going to be next film? What's going to be next film? But obviously copyright stuff, just
Yeah, it was nothing to do with Home Alone. I was just a character from Alone at Home.
that was it, literally. So the actual video, so the big screen in the Genesis Cinema, amazing venue, by the way. I love it, honestly. I really do like it. But on the big screen, and then the rings in front of it, they had like the film titles, but the alternative ones, obviously copyright stuff. I thought that was such a nice little touch to the match. Thought it was really good.
Yeah, it was great. And just like I think this is it. Every ounce of Emporium is just full of so much thought and detail that,
Mm.
we could have just easily said, "Oh, it's a film match," and some of these characters you might recognize, but because we've got the screen, we want to use the screen, and we've got the boot sale bandit. So yeah, we're gonna have him selling a dodgy technological device that can bring movie characters to life. Like obviously we're going to film that and then we're going to put it on the screen and we're just going to use as much of the talent that we've got in the team and use as much of the space as possible and just make it a full like immersive experience.
That's great. If they do, I'm gonna say if, but I'm gonna say when they have another one of these matches, who do you want to go as in the next movie mayhem
Ooh,
match?
that's a fun question. I think
Will you keep it
I
Macaulay Culkin themed? So like Macaulay
yeah,
Culkin's Richie
maybe.
Rich.
Yeah, I mean I have to admit I don't know a lot of his filmography. But I think I it would be fun to do something really creepy. Because I am a bit of a horror fan. For Halloween, I spent ages making a Candyman costume.
Ah,
So I've got that still in my wardrobe and I haven't got an excuse to wear it again anytime soon. So if we did maybe we could do like a horror film match and I could bring my Candyman costume out again. Um, I also made a few Halloweens ago, I did Sally from uh Nightmare Before Christmas.
oh, nice.
So I've got a few costumes ready to go. They've just got to say the word and I'm on it.
Right, you know, it will be a great stipulation. Just showing the photos.
Yeah, yeah.
The other match that you participated in, it was the Emporium Gauntlet match for the Burridge Fight Design Championship. Was that your debut, by the way? Your in-ring debut? If we take away the first night, wouldn't really count that.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I don't know if you've seen, but I have a good friend called Jamboree who is a masked wrestler. And they had their debut at a UKPW show in Tenterden. So I was just there as crew, but then my good friend Jamboree came out and wrestled in the Rumble match there. So that technically,
Ah,
and that was amazing. That was so much fun. That was in August, and then
so your
yeah,
friend
this
had a
was
really good debut then. Like really enjoyed it.
yeah, yeah. No, my friend had a lovely time. It was, amazing just being in the same ring as some of the BFD guys, but also some like amazing talents that are associated with the UKPW. And I mean, UKPW, I think, is an amazing promotion as well. I've crewed with them a couple of times now. Was there again, my friend Jamboree was there in September at Ruth's Lost Gardens, helping Peregrine Kelly on that show. So yeah, amazing
What
company.
a gimmick, by the way.
Oh, a
Very
legend, an
so
utter.
cool.
Um, but then yeah, so this was the Emporium show in September was my debut and also my first time doing a kind of it wasn't a singles match, but it was a sort of singles moment, if you
Yeah.
like, just a one-on-one moment. So that was that was crazy. I was so nervous. But I think having known like how many people really were rooting for me after the first show, and knowing I kind of had, okay, I got something to prove. I've got to show that I can hold my own. They've given me this opportunity to get in the ring and see what I can do. So I come out, I, still wasn't technically over my injury, so I still had my neck brace on. But I thought, you know
The
what?
neck brace.
I thought it's got to go. I can't wrestle in a neck brace. So I did a very dramatic ripping the neck brace off, ripping my t-shirt off, had my gear on underneath, ready to go. And then I took on Ray Ratter, the sexy rat, and sexy as he was, I beat him.
Another theme song I really like.
Yeah.
Sexy
I mean,
Rat. Honestly, what have you done to me and my missus? Favorite wrestler at the moment, Sexy Rat.
he's great. He was at Riposte, which is a sort of rave night, and they did a Fight Club themed one recently, and so we were there for that. And the sexy rat was the biggest guy there. Everyone was obsessed.
For like 3 weeks, actually less than 3 weeks now, till the next Emporium show, which I'm going to touch on quickly, and then I'll wrap up the interview. But I feel like some people are just going to want more Sexy Rat. But I noticed you got a fantastic reaction, and even though you've been doing this for less than a year now, it did really feel like you was one of the established talents. So he did come out and then took off the neck brace, and then even like coming out to Home Alone and having that moment in the ring. The fans just like you. They really do. So when you do eventually face, I just really want you and Tyler to happen. Please, Greg.
Yeah.
Please,
I
Craig.
mean,
Make
I have got another enemy now, because after I beat Ray Ratter,
yeah.
Lectrix is to sneak up behind me and throw me out. So I didn't even get a chance to fight him. So that's another one on my list, is I've got to fight Lectrix and I've got to fight Tyler. And honestly, anyone else who thinks they can sneak up behind me and just beat me up without even giving me a
Not
chance.
a good performance in that match, to be fair. I thought in that gauntlet, I thought Electrics is pretty solid.
I mean, say what you want. They were too scared to face me, so.
Hello there. I've got a special announcement from my next guest.
Oi, oi, what's happening, people? It's the Ultimate Geezer, Tommy Tanner, and you're listening to the What Do You Call It podcast. Let's have it.
Yeah, I heard. All right, we just took our final break then. But what I want to say and talk about with Jasmine before I do wrap up this interview is Emporium Pro Wrestling's upcoming show, 19th of December, Genesis Cinema, literally Bethnal Green, Whitechapel. It's so easy to get there. It's like 6-7 minutes away from Stratford. It's a great venue, but what's inside the venue is even better. Top-notch wrestling. Honestly, I've been to the first two shows. I highly recommend it. It is always a bit cliche saying it's a bit of everything for everyone. Honestly, this show, it really is. It doesn't even matter if you don't like wrestling that much or if you don't like it at all, because I guarantee by the end of the show, there'll be something that caught your eye and your attention, and you'll think, oh, okay, I'm interested in a bit more of Emporium. Cabaret, if you want some technical wrestling, that's there. If you want larger life characters, that's there. Everything is there. But I'm going to let Jasmine encourage you guys to go. And I want Jasmine to tell me what she is going to be up to in the next Emporium Pro Wrestling show.
Also, shout out to the Genesis for their pick and mix selection. They have a really, really great pick and mix selection. I'm vegan, and so normally, like when I go for pick and mix, it's just stuff that I can't eat because it's full of gelatin or something like that. And so that's that's something I'm really excited about. And then the show itself. So December 19th, it's gonna be amazing. We're still working out the finer details, so I'm not sure exactly what I'll be doing yet, but I mean, I'll be there crewing if nothing else, because that is, as I say, that's just something I love. I love to do. So I'll be there in some form. Whether I get to have my moment with Lectrix or Tyler Walker, I guess we'll have to see. But I'm definitely going to be there, and yeah, hopefully they will be as well. So honestly, even if nothing's scheduled, I might just start beating them up in the car park.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Some lucky fan's car, that'll be. Try to explain that one over the weekend, or even if it was a company's car, maybe. But yeah, I know for a fact you're going to be involved in the show. and I think it'll be more than ring crew. But whatever your involvement is, I look forward to seeing it, and I look forward to hearing it as well when the crowd do really, really cheer and support you as well. But I'm looking forward to it. I should be going. I have actually got a message from Craig just before recording this at the time. So I just got to double check some things, see if I can move some stuff around, and hopefully I'll be there for my third Emporium Pro Wrestling show. And I think it's really good as well. It's just, and people, I like talking to some people at halftime as well. Like even before, and
Hmm.
people are like, "Oh, this is your podcast." I was like, "Oh, that's fucking awesome! That's sweet." So it's cool. It's really good. I saw Cupcakes calm you down, by the way, in the Golden Spotlight, and that was for Emporium. So this is not going to be my last official question, but what's your favorite type of cupcake? Never asked that
Ooh,
question.
a good question.
I only asked the
Poppy
real
stand.
questions.
Oh yeah, the important ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think lemon and poppy seed is probably up there. Yeah, sometimes when I get a rage on, I just need a sweet treat to calm me down.
Fair play. Jasmine, last question. It's a fun question. It's my signature question now. How I end interviews. Three dream dinner guests for your dream party. Dead or alive, past or present, fiction, non-fiction. Up to you. You're the host. Three people. Give me number one and give me a quick reason as to why you want them there.
Hello, we had some technical difficulties, so I am just popping back briefly to say my three dream dinner guests. Firstly, Kirk Howarth won Great British Menu in 2024. Amazing seeming vegan chef. I'm still to get a reservation at his restaurant, so he can come to dinner and he can cook for us, so that way I can taste his food. Number two, Olga Tokarczuk, amazing author. She's Polish. She's written some amazing books. I think the way she writes is really beautiful. A lot of her stuff is about kind of animals and the environment, just very, very lovely and very interesting. And I have lots of questions for her. And lastly, call me a teacher's pet if you want, but I've got to say the pucker one, Greg Burridge. Again, just has so many stories. I feel like he could talk for hours and hours and still have new things to say. So those are my top three. I will hopefully see you guys at Emporium Show 3 at the Genesis on December 19th. If not, please keep an eye on Emporium Pro Wrestling and follow us and find us somewhere next year. I'm also usually hanging out at Eve. I crew there quite often, so would be lovely to see some people there. You can follow me on Instagram at Jazz the Wrestler and find out what I'm up to. Thank you so much, George, for having me, and thank you to you for listening. Have a lovely evening.